Yo, what's going on, guys? Chase the Bro here, and welcome back to another Dark Souls 3 weapon showcase. Today we're going to be showcasing the Murky Scythe, which is the new dagger found in the Ring City. This is my first time making a build centered entirely around a dagger, so don't judge me too harshly. The dagger itself has the same moveset as every other dagger, although its weapon art is a quick step, but I'm really happy with that. It makes PvPing with this weapon even better. The weapon is a close range, very fast attacking weapon, but you really have to stay really close up on your opponent to get your hits in, so if you don't do that in PvP usually, this is going to be a little bit challenging for you. As well, the weapon art itself is a dodge, so you have to get used to using that to dodge instead of dodge rolls. It allows you to attack much faster out of the quick step than you would have been able to do with a dodge roll. And you can follow it up with a regular standard R1, whereas if you dodge rolled, you'd be doing a rolling attack. The Murky Scythe is a dagger that does physical damage as well as dark damage, so I've seen a lot of people create builds where they use the dark hand as a buff to further the dark damage. Sadly, I do not have that buff on any of my characters, so I had to do the alternative and go with the Dark Moonblade. Although Dark Moonblade is the most powerful buff in the game, and my AR is probably higher using it, I really wish I still had Dark Blade though, it would have been a lot cooler. But what can you do? On the bright side, my AR is 542 when buffed with Dark Moonblade, which is pretty insane. It's a dagger, so its moveset is crazy fast, and I'm doing between 200 and 250 damage per light attack. That's quite decent in my opinion, and it took me a little while to get used to the fighting style of a dagger. I realized my spacing needed to be adjusted. When you use the quick step, it changes the distance you go rather than a roll, so I had to get used to that. And I recommend training that for anybody who hasn't used daggers. But when you actually get the hang of it, it's a little bit more overpowered than a roll, because you're able to do a standard attack out of it, which gives you the automatic second attack to follow up your first light attack. Now, I'm not going to say that daggers are overpowered, because they really aren't. It takes so long to kill an enemy. There's no way to really kill them in 3 hits like there is with the Murky or the Astoria Greatsword, but their quick step definitely makes them very viable. If it wasn't for that, I would have a little bit of issues with the dagger because the rolling attack isn't the greatest, and their range is definitely pathetic. On the downside, because you're attacking so much with the dagger and so quickly, you are very susceptible to parries. Although, for some reason, lots of people fighting me were having trouble parrying this weapon. Maybe it's their timing. I personally don't think I'm the best at parrying a dagger, so I don't imagine everybody else is. Also, daggers don't have any poise, but if you happen to land your light attack right before someone with like an Astoria Greatsword or any Ultra Greatsword starts up their windup, you'll knock them out of it. I've noticed that recently, so don't be afraid to go in and charge a light attack as you know they're going to attack. You'll most likely stun them out of their attack. That being said though, I don't recommend charging into any charged attacks. They could still power through you if you're a little bit late on your attack, and the trade-off is going to be some hefty damage to you. So you don't want to be doing that. Also, try your best to switch up the timing of your attacks. Lots of people will start to try to predict when you're going to come in and attack, and they'll try to compensate for that by attacking a little bit earlier or later. So try to always switch up your battle style if you can. Dodge like once or twice or 3 times, like just confuse your opponent. That's the best option I have for this weapon. Personally, quick step is my best friend. I use it to dodge towards my enemy whenever I think they're going to attack. That way, by the time their animation for their attack is finished, I'm able to begin my own light attack combo and then quick step out of there. And even though this weapon does take some getting used to, I definitely recommend everybody try a dagger out at least once. It may actually be better than you think it is. The range is pretty terrible, yes, but if you're an aggressive player and you keep on your opponent the entire time, it can be a very powerful weapon. But you get the point, right guys? So I'm going to bring you on over to my stats now so you can see what I'm working with. As for the stat layout itself, it is a 40-60 Dex Faith build because I am running Dark Moonblade. It would have been quite different had I had Dark Blade, but I don't, so this is what I had to work with. Because I'm running Dark Moonblade, I have 60 Faith, which gives me the highest spell buff for my Yorshka's Chime, which in turn makes the buff as powerful as it can be. I have 40 Dexterity because I infused my Murky Scythe with a Sharp Gem, which gave it an A Dex scaling, and that's why I have 305 Physical AR. I have 20 Endurance because with the dagger, it doesn't really take up much Endurance to use any of its moveset, so I don't need a huge Endurance pool. And with the rest of my points, I just shoved them into Vigor, which gave me a health pool of 36, which isn't. Also, the Murky Scythe has an intelligence requirement of 11, so don't forget to make sure you have 11 intelligence. I also started with the Mercenary class, which had the highest dexterity and lowest strength requirements, so I definitely recommend the Mercenary for this one particular weapon. Like I said, I'm using the Sharp Infused Murky Scythe. It gets an A scaling in Dex, which is what my build consists of. and I'm able to buff it with Dark Moonblade to give it a much higher AR. In my left hand, I have a parrying device, whether it be the cestus, the buckler, the target shield. You can use whatever you like. I just recommend infusing it with a simple gem because you are going to be using your quick step, which does use FP, so it's a benefit to have it rebuilding over time. I have the Yorshka's Chime because it has the highest spell buff, which in turn gives me the highest amount of damage from Dark Moonblade. My armor is the Undead Legion armor with the Night Leggings and the Mirror Chain Gauntlets. I would wear the whole Undead Legion set, but it has some pretty pathetic slash absorption, so I wear the Mirror Chain Gauntlets and the Night Leggings to make up for that. I have the Ring of Favor +3 because it's the best ring in the game. I have the Life Ring +3 because I'm lacking on health and I felt like I needed more. Same goes for the Chloranthy Ring, not a lot of endurance, so I wanted to recover fast. And the Lingering Dragon Crest Ring for Dark Moonblade because that is the source of power for this dagger. And when it's buffed, like I said, it has 542 AR, which is very good for a dagger. That's it for this PvP video, guys. Let me know what you guys think of the Murky Hand Scythe. And if you enjoyed the video, like the video. It really helps out my channel. So thank you so much, guys. I'm almost at 5K subs. I'm making my way there. I got a surprise for you guys at 5K. Also, I am going to be doing my live stream PvP with all of my subscribers on Monday. I'll most likely start the stream around 5 p.m. Eastern Time. So come stop by, have some 3v3s. We'll have fun, we'll all talk, get to know each other. It'll be a good time, guys. As always, thank you guys for watching. Chase the Bro out.